Hey guys, how's it going? Trace here once again, bringing you a sort of different video today. I just wanted to show you guys that single player gameplay, or games in general, are just as fun as multiplayer, and you should get out there and try a couple more and experience a bit more. Rightio, what do we got here? Some rounds. Right, so I'm playing Rage, which is a game by ID Software. If you don't know who ID Software is, the fuck you been doing your whole life? Because ID Software are the guys that are like the grandfathers of first-person shooters. They created Wolfenstein 3D, and they also created none other than Doom. So John Carmack, he's one of the lead engineers on it. Hello, how are you? I'll just take out that. He's one of the lead engineers for ID Software and has been for a while now, and he's created all your favourite games. So these guys here are called the Authority, and they're pretty much the police of the wasteland, but of course they're corrupt. And so I'm fighting for the resistance, of course, you know, cliche, but it's what happens. So at the moment, this is the very last mission. And yes, this is pretty much the minigun, and he has a shield. Have that, you have that. Come on, get your shield. There you go, get your shield. Rightio. So I think at the moment I'm just playing on normal difficulty, I'm not quite sure. I've already finished this game and then haven't touched it for a while. These guys are not like the hardest enemies either, these are just like the grunts. Come on. So, yes, you can loot their bodies. Oh, see, there's this harder guy here. Come on, to the head, 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 to the head. Bang, you're dead. Thank you, buddy. Give me your ammunition, and we'll keep on going. Rightio. Right, so after assault this is called the Authority base, because this is what these guys are, the Authority. Have to assault them to unlock pods, because I'm actually a superhuman. The Earth was about to be destroyed, so they sent out a pod of all people like me. A couple of pods actually, I think there's end up 12 in total. And I'm a little bit more special, like if I die, I actually have a regenerator in my chest, and if I get it correctly, I can shock people around me and actually regenerate my health and, you know, come back to normal. But yeah, so like they sent us away so that once the Earth had finished blowing up and everything, we'd be sent back down, you know, got out of our cryo sleep and rebuild the Earth again, but it didn't quite go as planned. The people that stayed didn't end up dying, and you know, now they're trying to kill me because like I'm actually supposed to be the Authority, like I was actually supposed to be the police. Oh, these are super mutants that the Authority have taken over and tried to, you know, make their own. They're giving them guns on their arms and stuff like that. Oh, check out this cool thing. It's called a wing stick. Bang, it's like a boomerang. Fucking perfect for us Aussies. How you doing, buddy? Take that out. Rightio, there we go, wing stick. Bang. Am I done? Yeah, I'm done. Right. So I have to get rid of the shields first, so that they can tell me where all the other, well, it's called the Ark that I was on, all the other Ark survivors are, so I can find them, team up with them, and have a fighting chance against these corrupt Authority. Rightio, let's go. It's actually really loud in my headset at the moment, but you guys won't hear it as loud as I do because I've fiddled with the audio settings. Good thing about Sony Vegas. Rightio, so I've already had a car, like I've taken my car through the wasteland to end up here. And yeah, so that's how I got here. Like there is vehicle fighting and things like that. Open the damn door. Get out of it. Oh, can you see you there? How you doing? How you doing? Of course the minigun just tears shit up. I didn't use this the first time I played the campaign. It was just like getting the shit pumped out of me, and I couldn't work out why. But yeah, they pretty much give you this minigun just for this sequence of events. Like, there's no point using the other guns, like there's a crossbow, sniper rifle, things like that. So I'll show you. There's my fists. There's this thing here, and you can have different bullets in each gun. So there's assault rifle, shotty, torque bow, sniper rifle. This is the Authority, pretty much submachine gun, rocket launcher, and pulse cannon, which is what I'm using at the moment. Rightio, epic music going on. Hello, hello, hello. And no, you can't zoom in with this like you can't with aim down sight. Hello. One bad thing about this was the coding in the game it re-renders the textures like again and again and again. So if you see like down the end there, it's pretty fuzzy. I don't know how well you guys can see it. It's pretty fuzzy, but it'll keep re-rendering that instead of having one overlay render, which is what most games have. Like you see on my gun here, you'll be like, the graphics look really weird, but it's because it's constantly rendering. It has really strange texture in it. Like if I was in the wasteland, I could show you a lot better, but since I'm in like a confined space, it renders it quite well. See, like, you see the wall just render then? Yeah, see? It doesn't re-render unless you pretty much put your face up against it. So see here, renders once, twice, and fourth, fifth. But just, I don't understand. It shows you each layer, which doesn't make much sense to me. But hey, I'm not a game designer. I love everything ID Software pumps out. Like, they are my favourite game developer by far, just because, you know, they made Doom and they made Wolfenstein 3D. So like, two of the most iconic FPSs, which actually started off FPS gaming. So without these games, you know, you probably wouldn't have the great standard of games you got these. Or actually, I wouldn't say great standard. You wouldn't have the games you have these days. And speaking of that, the new Wolfenstein game's coming out, The New Order, which if you guys haven't seen that, definitely go check out the YouTube video, the trailer of that, because I am so fucking psyched for that. I did not like the last Wolfenstein, but that, you know, you can't really say much about that. Anyway, let's go. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, you can have that. You can have that, and here, I'll share this one with you. You can have it out too. You too, and you too. So this reminds me so much of like older times, like the original Doom and things like that. Just because that's all you used to do was hold down the trigger, jump around, and you know, practice your aim. These games here are actually really good to find the center of your screen. And everyone might be like, well, what do you need to find the center of your screen for? It helps with quick scoping, it helps with bringing up your aim, because a lot of people, when they bring up their aim with quick scope, the guys here, they bring up their aim here, then drag it to him, whereas if you can learn with the center of your screen is you can line your character up as you're zooming in, and it'll make your shot a lot quicker. But yeah, the main reason I was doing this, because I just want to have a conversation with you guys and prove that single player games are just as fun as multiplayer. Like, if you guys haven't even, if you're hating Ghosts, go play the single player of it. The single player is actually really not that bad, especially not compared to the multiplayer. Like, it's fucking gold compared to the multiplayer. Rightio, let's go. I'm loving this epic music. This is the last sequence here. I've just got to fight a couple more of those super mutants, initiate a couple more switches, and this will blow up the Authority's base. And then it sets it up for actually Rage 2, which I'm really hoping ID Software are going to make. That up in arms at the moment. You know, it's been confirmed that it hasn't been confirmed, so it's really frustrating to know. You know, the same as a lot of other games, you're waiting for the second version of it, but like sometimes they just don't get the support they did from the first one, so they set it up for a second one, but you'll never see the end of it because, you know, they don't make them. There's been a lot of games like that. I can't actually think of one off the top of my head other than like this one at the moment. But a lot of games just ended just you know, so they could release DLC content as well, but like, you know, no one played the game and no one liked it because, of course, it's mainly COD community players, like COD and Battlefield, and it's just simple games, simple-minded games for, I don't really want to say simple-minded people, but it's just It's so much easier for them to pick up Call of Duty and play that for an hour than they pick up this game and play the campaign for an hour. Reload real quick. I've changed weapons here actually. Yeah, give me the pistol. Oh, missed. So that had a fat mama bullet in it, which is just a single bullet like a mini. Don't know why it's not playing the sounds of the pistol at the moment. Oh, there we go. Oh no, what's going with the sound? It's never screwed up the sounds on me. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Got an assault rifle. It's got a shotty. Boom. You damn thing. Oh, hello. Hello. Thank you. Ah, go away. Maybe I should go down and show you guys what I mean about an Ark Survivor. Oop. This probably reminds a couple of you guys of Borderlands. Actually, yeah, we'll use this. It's got a dynamite bolt on it. So it just fucking explodes. So he's got one in him. Bang. Sniper. You know, standard sniper. And we'll go back here for yeah, the authority machine gun, so it's just a little bit more powerful. Not on normal difficulty, these guys are pretty easy. Rocket launcher, I don't have any rockets, sorry guys. Let's go back to the minigun, pulse rifle. You may be like, oh, but this reminds me of so many games like Borderlands and Serious Sam 3, and you would be right, yes, I agree with you. But like, each has their own story, which, you know, story's hard to fucking come by. Where am I going? Ah, here, on the back. I think this is pretty much the end. Yeah, here we go. Excuse me. This sends out a signal which allows me to see on the radar where all the other arcs are, so hopefully I can find some other Ark survivors. And on each Ark they each held a piece of information of what they wanted the new world to look like, so there was 12 Arks, so when you put them all together, you know, it has all these files and everything from the old world. Actually, there may be more than 12, I think this shows hundreds of Arks, like all across the world. If you don't recognise that picture, that's the picture actually off the poster. So it's activating all the old Arks. So hopefully there's alive people in it. But the authority have been trying to kill them. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed. I've been Trace and I'm out. See ya.